Okay, now it should work, hopefully. Yeah, there we go. The microphone is working. Give me a minute, please. Why do I activate the emote before without me wanting to? There we go. Now it's back to normal. Okay, but my own voice should be up. It's not at the best level yet. It's quieter for some reason. Okay. Okay, but now we should be fine. There we go. I had accidentally decreased all my gain. Now let me just put on the post, the blue sky post, and get ready for streaming. I'm gonna have to turn up the gain a bit louder because today I'm a little bit a little bit quieter. You let me know if I'm way too quiet though. I have the pop filter on. There we go. Right. Spotify music. Where's desktop audio? There it is. There it is. Okay. Hi, Venetrix. How you doing? Good evening. How you doing? You still, howdy. Still a bit quiet, so you safely oh, that's better. Okay, I'm glad to hear the audio sounds better now. My voice is a little bit too fatigued to speak even louder, and I have the what's the thing called, the circle thing in front of the microphone, the pop shield, the protection, what have you. So it could be that my voice is a bit quieter than usual because of it. Back in the day I had removed the thing because I always sounded like more roomy and quiet apparently, but now I have a microphone that can control gain a little bit, so I guess maybe it'll work nowadays. So for tonight, nothing really special was happening tonight. I'm just streaming some art to unwind. Don't really have all that much new to talk about either, other than just I am vibing. I am just vibing. Oh, Paperni, thank you for the subscribe. You're so welcome to the extra chaos zone. Act 2 with the special zone. Yes. Anyway, thank you so much. Your support is very much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Also, sorry if I sound a bit low energy today. I am still very exhausted from everything that I was doing these past few months. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of work, so I'm still pretty brain fried. I'm super mega brain fried, actually, like in a sense in which I am taking, for example, a lot longer than I need for things that I normally would work on pretty quickly. But yeah, looking back, I really juggled a lot last month. And yeah, it's one of those times where I'm like, damn, I could use like a whole ass month of just nothing, of just doing nothing, but I don't have the luxury 100% to just stop because unfortunately with the amount of expenses that I have to live with and the amount of money that I have to save for a lot of things at once, I can't really just lay back and relax, but I have been trying to a little bit, little by little. Like, technically, normally I would have opened my commissions for the month already, but I want to give the best that I can for my commissioners, and me being half asleep and really tired is not it. So I'm waiting a little bit. I'm giving myself a bit of a grace period before I actually open up commissions for this month. I mean, I actually already finished one because one in my wait list had a deadline and I hadn't seen until like last week that, oh shit, it has a pretty close deadline. So I finished and delivered that one today. But the remaining ones in my waitlist, which is just technically one. Well, I had two before, but then a client unfortunately had something happen, so I had to cancel their slot for this month, and move it to the next queue, which I don't know when it will be. Art, yes indeed, art, pixel art, even just a chill pixel art. And you went to a lot of events, right? Yeah, I did. I was in 4 events back to back. I'm kind of glad that Yenako last week, even though it financially didn't go well, it was a very super empty event. I didn't like go bankrupt out or anything, but honestly, was kind of glad that not much was going on because it was a nicely well-conditioned room, and I didn't really have any clients. So I mean, nobody did because the event was super empty, which nobody predicted it would be that empty. But for me, it was like, even though financially this isn't great, I kind of glad that I don't have to socialize with anyone because I am in a very not best social kind of mind state right now. Like reading long texts already, just my brain doesn't even like finish reading. Like I can read big walls of text, but then my brain just stops. It just stops and the information won't come in, and it's like, dang it. It sucks because at this time I literally thought, hey, maybe I can take some time to start writing the script of some projects, but I don't have the scones for it. Yeah, looking forward to potential unemployment, so I get the necessity to push even past the point of normal rest requirements. Ah, shit! Man, I'm sorry to hear that you're going to something similar, Venetrix. It sucks! It sucks! It's one of those times where I'm like, man, AI should have been made for this, like to facilitate lives of people, not to make it harder to find jobs and, you know, not rest. I mean, I know this is entirely out of pocket, but it's what I was thinking about. Like how I remember someone writing this comment. I don't know if it was a tweet or if it was a YouTube comment, but they said something along the lines of, back in the day, we used to dream of having robots and AI to take off time to do the dishes for you or menial work for you, so you have more time to be more creative and waste less time with menial jobs and what they doing dishes. But now they're making AI so that you can spend more time doing menial jobs and wasting your time doing dishes. It's literally what I just thought of right now. We're thinking about how we don't even have the luxury to stop working for even just a bit. It's like, oh man. Man, I just wanna rest a bit. But yeah, back on topic. Basically, I'm sort of hoping that that I'll be able to take a good rest soon enough. Don't know when, but I hope soon enough, because I'm really at my limit at the moment. So, which is why instead of like working on anything specific, I'm just doing some random chibi pixel art, all from a specific base and template, so no big creative energy needing to be used and such. Actually, now that I think of it, this month I won't really have all that much to rest, because I just realized, even though I just did some taxes for this month, I just realized because not today, but by the end of the month I have to have finished like 2 more tax forms by the end of the month. It's like, holy shit, Germany sucks. Germany really sucks when it comes to freelancing. It's like, oh, why? Why do they make your life so inexplicably hard and exhausting? Like, I finished 1 form, and just knowing that I have 2 more forms to make is like already tiring me out. And I'm like, oh god, I dread everything that I have to do. Especially because one of them is extra work for no reason. Because the software that I'm using, Accountable, I can't apparently just, just import CSV files to synchronize everything that my tax advisor has already done for this particular thing. So I have to manually reinsert every single receipt by hand, and it's like, that's like almost an entire year worth of shit that I have to insert. Oh my lord. Help. Get me out of here. And yeah, partially that's one of the reasons why I'm so exhausted. It's like, I want to rest after the big events, but yeah, the law be like, nah, you can't. And I'm like, when will I finally be allowed to just lay back and recollect my energy? Lord. Pretty, is this Asprite? Hi Faye, how you doing? Good evening. How you doing? And yes, this is Asprite. My goat, my beloved, my homie, my everything. I absolutely recommend the software for anyone who wants to pixel art in any shape or form. It's inexpensive, and it's like one-time license, and it's one and done. The only downside is that it doesn't have any mobile ports, so you can't use it anywhere other than desktop. But there is a software similar to Asprite, which is called Resprite. And that's the one that I use on tablet. There's some semi-promising news in that regard. 2 major AI producers raised their peer request costs to make up for financial insolvency. but in the process made several hundred other tech companies no longer solvent as well, since their entire business was downstream from those AI companies. Ah, thank God. One of those Schadenfreude kind of things where you're like, ah, thank God. What a beautiful collapse. Which, speaking of which, I was helping last weekend with picking birthday cards for when I was visiting family members and such. I mean, my boyfriend's family, and I noticed like how the greeting birthday cards all had like AI artwork, I mean AI imagery, and I was like, why? Just why? Just why? I hope, and I don't even like stand there questioning all this time and being like, damn, they don't respect artists and all. I just roll my eyes and I'm like, I hope your electricity bill is like exorbitantly high. That's like the next level of like wishing the worst for your enemies, and it's just like, I hope your electricity bill is absurdly high. God, do not remind me of the tax forms. Yeah, I know the feel, Faye. It sucks. Especially, you would know. You live in Germany too, so it's like, why? Be gone. Anyway, back to pixel art though. I really want to get into it, and I do own it. It just I just never used it much. Yeah, that's fair. Like, it's so funny because when I first bought Sprite, I also took a few years until I actually started it up, and now it's like, for every pixel artwork, I'm like, nothing else works for me. It has to be Sprite or I perish. Sprite or bust, which is why I was so happy when at least a similar software appeared on Android, because I tried every other, like Pixel Studio, Dotpicked, I think is one of the others, and I didn't like any of them. I just couldn't get used to it. And then I saw Resprite and I was like, my savior has come. Oh my lord, now I no longer need an actual laptop, because for those who are somewhat familiar with tech and Wacom technology powered laptops and whatnot, there are little to none actual good laptops, if any, that also has good pen performance. It's either like a powerful computer, like powerful laptop with good specs, but doesn't use Wacom AMR, or it uses Wacom EMR, but its specs are like ultra mid. There's always like a drawback. And it's like, when will there be an actual tablet computer that works well? And it makes me wonder why Wacom just discontinued the mobile studios, because it's like, no, bring it back. Bring it back, because Microsoft Surface and all other like Asus and HP, all of these tech companies can't seem to figure out how to make a good pen. When the easy answer could be just what Samsung does, which is like, use Wacom EMR. But even then, Samsung doesn't do well, because, like I said, you either have bad pen performance or ultra mid pen performance with good specs, or you have amazing tablet pen performance but world's lamest stats. Like the fact that in some instances Samsung still has the gall to sell laptops with 8 GB RAM is like, what? You shouldn't even be allowed to sell this above 300 euro, if anything, even above 100. I was thinking of making Deltarune sprites, so I might give it a try. Oh, Deltarune sprites is actually a good starting point for anyone who wants to get into pixel art. It's 8-bit it's simple, it's small, so I think Deltarune sprites will help a lot of people with not over designing and not over detailing their pixel art, because I think a lot of like mistakes that people make who try to get into pixel art or want to get pixel art done for them don't seem to quite understand or work with simple is best mindset, because in pixel art you can't have super detailed characters. You have to make everything readable, so nothing over bloated, nothing over detailed or anything. Of course there is super detailed pixel art, but you need to be very good at like incorporating certain details in pixel art in a way that doesn't look too cluttered and unreadable. So yeah, Deltarune sprites, extremely good first try at trying to do pixel art. Oops. I wasn't meant to mirror this anymore. Are they 8-bit or 16-bit? Probably neither, now that I think of the strict color definition. It's just a similar resolution. I would say Deltarune is pixel art adjacent, so it works with flat colors and such. It definitely has more than 8 colors, I think, on screen, but it does work with an 8-bit logic. Because Tenna is absolutely 16-bit. You look at him and this man is 3D downscaled to 16-bit kind of sprite, kind of like Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong Country kind of vibes. While the rest is pretty much working on a pixel like 8-bit logic. Normally, I say it like this. When you start off with pixel art, the less colors, the better, because you focus more on making things readable than like adding in all the correct colors. And the other thing that I like to give people as a tip is don't worry about getting every single color correct to a palette. It's fine to go off color from your like off model. And another little tip is your eye likes to cheat. Your eye likes to play tricks on you. Sometimes, and very often actually, pixel art will look like it has way more than 16 colors or 8 colors, but it actually only has 8 after all, because your eye tricks you into believing you're seeing more colors than there actually are, because colors look different depending which colors you put next to each other. Like, what's an example that I can give to something similar that I did? Yeah, so in the eye, for example, your eye will think that these highlights and this eye color is brown, but it's not. It's the same color as here, the shading for the skin. Because your eye will see these colors next to each other and think they are connected, like they are brown, when they're not. This is pretty much the same. Same with the code. Where else? I don't know where else from the top of my head where I did this. Okay, so actually, yeah, wait. These lines, based on the character sheet of this character, of my baby girl Taisa, let me get the reference picture of her up here. So, as you can see, her pants has this very deep red, like magenta-ish red-ish line. But in the sprite, I give the illusion of said line, not by even using this color fully, but I use this color, the color that I used to shade the yellow, as its main color, and this as the shading to give the impression that it's the red stripe. But it's not. Things like that. And this might sound like a shocker as well. Hold on, another one that I can give. So, these busts are all 8-bit. Would you believe it that they're all a maximum of 8 colors? But they are, because a lot of the colors are actually the same. Like this color, this brown color, is the same as this one. Wait, this is the upscale picture. Let me get the downscale, the original size. Yeah, this color, same as this one. The skin shading, same as this. Same color. Same color. The hat is the hat and the yellow parts are the only ones that are very different, but let's see what else. Yeah, the blues from here are the same as here. This same as this. Like this blue is the same as this one. The blue that you find here is also here. This is not pink. Same color as the skin. The shading of the tongue, also same color as the hair. Like all of these colors, all the same. Like you can ignore these here, but technically this is the palette, more or less. This. And maybe this and this, but yeah, it's pretty much just 8 colors. All of it. So at the end of the day, it's really just how you distribute your colors. And when you see a tone is very similar to another, unless it's like super vital, you can be like, do I really need these colors? Can't I just like make them the same? I think it really is one of the strong parts of the Toby game art, and the color identities of each character are so strong. Absolutely! Yeah, I think Toby is like absolute masterclass with pixel art. Like, Sans is maybe 3 colors max, if you count the outline color, otherwise he's like 2 colors maybe, and he's like one of the most recognizable designs ever. Same with Papyrus, he's like, what? 3-4 colors, and you recognize them. And same with Undyne, like literally every Undertale character is a masterclass in character design. So basically, moral of the story, if you want to do pixel art, don't worry about making super detailed designs. Start off with as little colors as you can and make the shape of your character recognizable. Oh lord, making my girl in pixel art form is, even though I kept her design relatively simple, it's one of those times where I'm like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, making all of these details work in small. But yeah, basically that's how I actually also design a lot of my characters. I'm like, if the silhouette and the breakdown of their character design is not simple enough to draw for other people to draw and me, then it's probably not a very good character design. I mean, there are detailed, good character designs, but those... I tend to find those over-designed. Like, having a lot of detail is fun and pretty, but how are others gonna like enjoy drawing it? Are you gonna manage to minuscule it? Like, even if you don't go into pixel art, you have to think about the design being simplified in terms of, like, say in chibi form, or if you have like a long distance shot. So if your character design works in pixel art, it's gonna work upscale too. So that's basically also a super big tip that I can give. I don't like this brute tone. I will give this color here. Final Fantasy 14! I love this game, but what the fuck? Yeah, so I do know that a lot of character designs in Final Fantasy tend to be super over-designed and super detailed, but I would say some of the character designs I do still find recognizable are still manageable to be break down smaller. Like, I would say, for example, Grahatia and Tancred are maybe two of the characters I would say are relatively easier to break down in sprite form, because maybe their bigger designs details won't be like super visible, but they will be still recognizable. And I more or less just only know about Grahatia being like easier to break down, and probably one of the designs I remember more is literally because of one of the artists that I follow, Aguya Art. They do like a lot of art of Graha in chibi form, and a very simple chibi form, and I'm like, oh! You can actually simplify designs for Final Fantasy 14. Incredible. Funny part is that Amano's concept art usually has far more controlled color palettes. See characters Z and H from one of the later expansions. Who? Sorry, who? FX. Z and H. Their major bosses start with Z and H, but I'm trying to dodge spoilers. Ah, okay, then I won't look it up. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever play Final Fantasy 14, but so that I don't pull them up on screen or anything. Oh, for sure, if there's a will, there's a way. Always. Always. Sometimes it's the will that has to will it. I heard Final Fantasy 14. We have summoned the puppy. We have summoned the puppers. But yes, we briefly mentioned Final Fantasy 14. I've never played it, but I do know a little bit of it because I have a fair number of friends into it. And some artists I follow also draw Final Fantasy 14 stuff, so it's like... I see it. I see it everywhere. I don't know anything about the lore. I know the character names, but I know nothing. I know nothing of them. I'd be surprised with you if you'd existed this long on VGen without getting at least a few Final Fantasy 14 OC requests. I have gotten like 1 or 2. Yeah, I think at least 2 I got, and they were, at least one of them I do remember was in a pixel art department, but because it was a bus stop and an icon specifically, I could add some of the details in. And I was spared of the amount of details just because I didn't have to draw anything from neck down. Oh, speaking of Undertale, Undertale music. Jesus Christ, I've been listening to 12 AM from the Deltarune on loop lately. Like, I put on the 1-hour loop of that theme, and I spent like almost all of yesterday just having it on loop. It's good for ASMR, but also don't look it up if you haven't played Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4 yet. Because even if Topi Fox doesn't use any images, the other YouTubers might, so... if you look it up on YouTube, and if you look it up on Spotify, I don't know... you might see titles that you're not supposed to. Deltarune, Animal Crossing, banger musical pieces at 12 AM. Oh, mood! Oh my god. I forgot what the Animal Crossing 12 AM theme was, but I think it was super chill. I mean, most of the Animal Crossing themes is like literally a chill playlist for free. I caught up with Deltarune Chapter 4 today. Oh, Chapter 4. Chapter 4 had a lot going on. Oh my lord. I am scared. Like, I do know that Undertale got dark in many areas, but Deltarune, I feel like knocks it out of the park even more. Also, my lord, I felt like the chapter was super long. We one-shotted it like in one day, and it took us until like what, 2-ish AM until we finished all of it. Lord, but it was so good. One of the NPCs from Chapter 4 is so like me, for real, and I won't say who because I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't gotten it there yet. But if you know, you know. me. I do. Like, oh. God. Deltarune. I love Deltarune. It's so much fun. So good. And yeah, I think I'm gonna be making Deltarune merch soon for the next events. And before you ask, yes, I'm absolutely making Spamton merch. Don't even have to ask. You don't even have to ask. Spamton is like literally on the must make merch of. Baby boy baby. He's a special boy, as you would say. I cannot believe it's the year 2025 and I'm drawing that dumb sad TV. Oh, Tenna. Tenna is a good, also a good TV. Also won't say anything, not to spoil anyone, but I really liked how creative Toby was with Tenna in the art department, and the music. My God, the Tenna theme is literally like flashbacks to SNES games. That's my son. Absolutely fair. I mean, Tenna was a lot of fun. One of these days, though, whenever I think maybe when Deltarune has finished like the majority of his chapters, I need to replay it at least twice, because we don't have the save files for chapter 1 and 2. I lost them. I don't seem to have them anymore on my PC. And to be fair, I didn't play chapter 2 on my PC. I played it with friends. We all did like a gaming night and played Deltarune chapter 2 together. So technically I only had chapter 1 cleared on my PC specifically. But I didn't find even that on this PC anymore, so it's probably on my old PC. So for that reason, we started straight away from chapter 3. But we probably don't have the shadow crystals from the optional bosses for that reason. So I'm not sure if we're gonna have varying paths or endings based on that, but for those bosses to exist and for you to get these things, these items, I don't think that's coincidence. Toby Fox, I know you are a good cook. I know when you are cooking. I know it. So I'm probably gonna have to replay the game and do all the special bosses. And for one other reason, but that one I also won't say because I don't know how many people are actually aware of this. So I'm gonna zip it. I'm gonna zip it at this point. But it's another one of those. If you know, you know. My bestie is a bit upset. She got herself a whole TV-shaped Ita. Yo, respect. I respect them. I have to make pins, I guess. Hell yeah, pin. Sorry. Deltarune pins, I'm so in. I'm so hecking in. Theme does say that if you get all the dark crystals, they make you some kind of item. Firstly, Secret Brook, hi, welcome to the stream. Welcome. Hope you're able to chill on this fine evening with them pixel arties. But yeah, I think I vaguely remember Seam saying that, and it does make me wonder if it's like a special item based on the prophecy, or like maybe a special item that will help us with other things based on that prophecy without me getting into it because of spoilers. I have a theory what the game symbolism might be about, but I don't want to talk about it here because, again, spoilers. Big spoilers. Yes, hello, good evening. Yes, so Deltarune, God, I could talk about it all the time, and it's just... Speak of the devil and she shall appear. Oh, yeah, are you the Tenna fan over here? Is that you, Brooke? Much respecto for you if that's you with the Tenna Ita bag. I'm Faye's friend. Okay, so that's you. Because Faye literally just said about having a friend who has a TV-shaped Ita bag. And I am going to assume that's for Tenna. Is it? It's so hard to make spoiler-free theories right now because of how lore-heavy Chapter 4 was. Yeah, and I think I even missed a lot of it. I kind of want to replay it just to catch on with everything that I may have missed. Also, my memory is not the best, especially when I'm super exhausted. So there's a good chance I forgot a bit of what was said. But yeah, several of my friends are still playing at Deltarune. Actually, my friend Spacey is playing Deltarune right now. She's playing Chapter 3. I'm not on the stream right now though, but I hope it's going well for her. If we're lucky, maybe I can raid into her stream. Yes, it is for Tenna. It has like 8 Tenna keychains on it. 8! Oh my god! There's already that much Tenna merch out there? How long has this chapter been out? I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. Deltarune fans work fast. I haven't even begun sketching any of the keychains that I have planned. But other than the Deltarune like merch that I want to do, I want to remake one of my super old Undertale stickers and unintentional acrylic magnet, which is, wait, let me see if I can find it. It's like super old. I made it way back in 2016 while I was still going under my old username. Let's see, where is it? No, I think it was even older. 2015 maybe? Let's see. Oh, my very first Undertale fan art. Oh my god, this one from 2015. Hold on. Yeah, this was the very first Undertale fan art I ever drawn in 2015. What a time. Anyway, let me see, where's that old Undertale merch I had made. Oh, I should redraw this fan art too. Yeah, this fan art I should also redraw someday. It's also from 2015. It's good. I should remake it into a postcard or something. Where is the sticker though? Is it here in the prints? Oh, maybe it's not even in this folder. Hold on. No, definitely not this. Where's my Undertale folder? I need to find it. I need to find it because this is good. This is good fan art. I have to show it. Definitely not here. Is it 2016 after all, maybe? Sorry. Where are you? Where in the heck? No, this is fan art for friends folder. In here? No, it's not in here. Bruv, where is it? Is it in the 2017 folder? Ah, it should be in here. Okay, hold on. I think I found the folder where it should be. That's JoJo. That's also birthday. There it is. I found it. This. I should remake this as a charm. So old, but I should remake this. This idea is too good to, like, not bring it back. I have seen this one around before. What the hell? I'm not surprised if it went around because I do remember some of my Undertale fan art did get well received. But I don't remember anyone who stayed after that. That's so good. Thank you. Makes me happy to hear. Thank you, both of you. No, I think I have had enough finished. My little hacker. My little menace. Now time to make her man. So I started working on these pixel art things sometime around yesterday because I started, like, I made a NeoCD site. I have yet to design it and, like, actually code it, but I wanted to have, like, similar to how I use my straw page as a landing page for all my nerdy, silly ships, NOCs and stuff. I wanted to have a whole dedicated site for it because I realized that having a gallery on straw page is extremely hard. So I was like, hey, maybe it's time to finally code a NeoCity site. Because I also thought, hey, I could use Card. I mean, I already pay for, like, Card Pro due to my portfolio and stuff. But then I tried making it in Card and then I was like, oh, goddamn. But I run into the issue of I can't make the pages have a lot of features that I would like to have. I really want to make it a Y2K kind of website with the columns and the gradient buttons and whatnot. And technically I can, but Card is a little bit too restricted to what I kind of wanted to do. So I'm gonna have to dive into my super old crusty HTML, CSS skills to make this happen. Especially because one of the bigger issues I have with Card is because it loads everything in one page. So it might load a shit ton of time on startup. Well, with NeoCities, it's kind of like a classic website, so it only loads the content of that particular page. So the loading times are shorter, normally. Where does this come from, this music? Far Horizons from The Elder Scrolls. Okay, I haven't played The Elder Scrolls, so that's why it wasn't familiar to me. Do I have any, like, deeper red color here? No, I do not. Oh yeah, I did start working on that NeoCities yesterday, but then I realized that I don't actually have a solid idea for the design down, and it's a little bit different from Tumblr themes. God, I miss when Tumblr worked better with themes. Nowadays, most of the HTML codes are broken. So I didn't even think about using that for making said nerdy landing page. Tumblr themes, yeah, that was quite an era. I miss it. I miss the Tumblr era. Even though I was one of the first people who jumped after I felt like Tumblr had gotten too toxic. But I do miss it because, man, when was the last time we had so much customizability in our personal little corners of the internet? While being social media at the same time, man. Tumblr is one of those websites where you just wonder, how did they fumble the ball this hard? I mean, we know how, thanks to companies being allergic to a little bit of titty. And then on top of that, eventually they broke themes, and you're like, but why would you do that? Why would you break themes of all things? Like, let people have their own little blogs at least. You took our titties and now you're taking our themes. Why? Like, let it be. Let it go. Let it go. It's a story as old as time, right? Like, the website tries to get rid of every not safe for work thing ever invented ever from their platform, even though it was not safe for work artists and content creators who, like, springboarded their platform. Because they're, oh no, there's a little bit of TBD. And our credit card companies don't want it, which is very strange when you consider the fact that you can literally like S and egg shops exist where you can't where they never have an issue using payment card processors. So it's like okay, so S and X is fine if the big capitalists are making money. I see how it is. The most fun part of an roleplay blog was wrestling with all the HTML for the theme, right? Like, God, just getting your theme to be perfect and in aesthetic and fully functional for your own character that you were roleplaying, and even then for your side blogs too, right? Because I liked having side blogs for various different things. Like an inspiration blog, a blog for just Yu-Gi-Oh! OCs that I was sharing with someone else, role-playing blogs, and so on, a personal account, an art account, so on and so forth. It just was some of the most fun things you could do. All the HTML tinkering. I'm happy that NeoCities exists, but while I was checking for some themes yesterday, I realized that some are a bit outdated. Or maybe I'm misunderstanding some things. But in any case, I am still glad that NeoCities does exist, because, man, we need more of this. We need more of a personalized internet back. I remember when other social medias were more open to customizable profiles and give you more leeway, and now it's like this super sanitized, samey, minimalist, very boring and soulless look. And all you can customize is like a a profile picture and a banner, and that's it. And it's like, I sleep, and at the same time, I feel bad for web designers because it's like, man, you can probably code some of the sickest looking websites and you're stuck making the same as boring, minimalistic, Squarespace-y theme. Sorry, no jab at Squarespace, by the way. Cough, cough. But you know what I mean, right? Like that whole website on a big white canvas or black canvas, no colors, all super minimalistic sans serif fonts, and no personality. I remember when one of my teachers said he couldn't take me seriously because I used pink on my business card. Because I used the color on my business card. Like, corporates will look at any person using a little bit of color on their website, portfolio, whatever, and then they're like, I can't take you seriously, but if you do a minimalistic website, they still don't take you because we want to see more of your personality. So which is it? Bitch, which is it? Sorry, I started cussing a bit there, but I have to deal with this on a regular basis. And it's so annoying. So incredibly annoying. I have, like, it's so bad that I have exclusively an additional portfolio site that is said minimalistic, like just plain white gallery pictures, done. No personality whatsoever, that I give out to a lot of job applications or to corporate heads because they see just a little speck of not white color or not purely FFFFF black. And they're like, oh my god, it doesn't look professional. No, it's like, stop. It's a color, stop. Just literally stop. Are we supposed to show our creativity or what? How dare you have whimsy, literally. God. Literally, I deal with that all the time. It might depend on the company. A boring bank might prefer doing business cards. A game studio will prefer the pink one. Firstly, hi Trunks, how you doing? Good evening. And yes, you are right. For most part. For most part. But you wouldn't believe that so... Literally, the teacher who said he couldn't take me seriously because of my pink business card was a game art teacher. Sorry, was a teacher from my game studio. Literally turned to me, said, no, you can't take this business card to Gamescom, to our class trip, because nobody will take you seriously with it. Take this template of this I don't want to insult the design of the card because it's not like bad, but it didn't fit me, you know? It was just the usual shtick. White, black font, nothing else. It's the same with like art style. Like you go with to certain studios, even to like mobile game firms where they have super whimsy cartoon designs and they see just you like your whimsy and your portfolio and just a little bit of anime, like even if it's just one picture, they're like, I can't take you seriously anymore. And it's like, oh my god, just you literally are seeing everything else in this portfolio, like a huge magnitude of exactly what you do, and somehow you say you can't take me seriously. Like, what's going on? What's going on? Say it how it is. It's boring as heck. I wish I could. But also, hi, and how you doing? Good evening. I am so... I am going off about how boring corporate studios hate just a little bit of whimsy on your business card. But yeah, it usually depends. Normally you will know who to give your whimsier business card to. Like a bank account, like Trunk said, probably will prefer the boring corporate design one, while a game studio most likely prefers the pink one. But just so you know, it's not all cut and dry either. Like I've had, like I said, a lot of game industry people are super allergic to whimsy. God forbid if you draw anime too, then it's even worse. Then it's like, you could draw the best hyper-realism on Earth, or the best cartoon designs ever made, and if they see one anime, they're like, nah, we can't hire you. Oh no! No! Not the to the moon! Not the to the moon hitting me! Not like this! I still have to play Finding Paradise. Holy crap, To the Moon. To the Moon is so good, guys. Please, if you want to play a short, good RPG Maker story, this is where it's at. The soundtrack's also... Oh! One of the RPG Maker games that made me cry ugly. To the moon, yeah, same. God, this game made me cry so hard, man. And I haven't played A Bird Story and Finding Paradise yet, and I'm very scared. I'm very scared of playing it. No, but for real, in creative industries, you want one that reminds people what your work vibe is. Yeah, absolutely. So it's best to, as much as it could be annoying for artists to hear, it's best to have both. And in some cases have a PDF with you, where it's just like pictures, a picture of you, like a slideshow, because then nobody can whine about they're not paying any design. It's just because just pictures. It's just a picture gallery. Most of the time, from my experience, nobody says shit when you do that. Then they only talk about the art, which is like, when you're going for an illustrative career, makes sense. Special exhibitions like Gamescom, people might end up with 100 business cards. Probably 70% of them will be white or black, so the pink one will stick out. Oh yeah, that's a good point, actually. That is very true. I actually didn't think of it that way, even though that's like networking 101. But yeah, I do remember there's a little bit of a continuation of that business card story with my game studio teacher, which was like... so yeah, they insisted that every design I tried to make was too childish, and they really wanted me to use the school template, like so bad. No, even if I tried to add a little bit of gusto to the design to make it more me, they were like, stop, stick to the template that I give. And so I printed both business cards, right? My own design and the template. And every time I got asked on the Gamescom for when I was networking with others and companies and whatnot, some prefer the white one, but very little. Like I could maybe count on one hand, I guess. Well, everyone else I presented the option. Do you want to take the pink one, the one with a little bit of color, or the white one? It's up to you. The same info is on both. And they looked at the template business card, right? From said teacher, and they were like, why did you even print this one? It has like no personality. And I was like, yeah, well, my teacher said, really insisted me to stick to that design. And they were like, don't. Don't. It doesn't reflect you well, was what they said. like I said, that template was good if you were maybe just a game designer or wanted to be like straight to the point, I suppose. But for me, it didn't fit. It didn't fit me. But yeah, even then, basically, you can do the best if you can to read a room, more or less. To read a person, a recruiter, and feel out how they present themselves and what they prefer to see. Oh, it's from Nikki, okay. I haven't played Nikki yet. Oh, funny story again, speaking of jobs. So, I very at random sent an application for a job for graphic design. Via Instagram of all things. And I got a reply to send more info and like a test graphic and whatnot. And I was like, but I didn't even attach my portfolio or anything, and I only have like anime drawings on my Instagram. But what you mean? What you mean you're interested in me? What? Because my Instagram I rarely even update it too, so it's like, what? What? Me? I mean, all right. And like, hey, let's see what comes out of it. I do apply to part-time jobs here and there, mostly just to have like a bit of stability in life, I guess, and because the taxes are starting to get way too much for me. Like, the freelancing life is not an easy one. And currently, with the state of the world, it's a little bit difficult to live off it. Like, I'm still gonna do convention stuff, but commission stuff, I'm starting to get a little bit too fatigued from it. And I don't find myself at the skill level in which I can demand for more money. So I do still want to take some commissions here and there. I would just like to reduce the workload, but in a way that doesn't, like, you know, completely kneecap me. And having a part-time job is going to let me like just lay back sometimes and not like do any extra work, you know what I mean? Like right now, while I can live off of what I do, to stay at a comfortable level financially, I literally have no room to like lay back. If I lay back, this could mean like financial ruin to me. Like, that's how volatile things are. And I wish I could charge more for what I do, but I already get like people questioning my prices. Especially because most of my clients are all in the US, right? So it's already difficult to pick prices in which I would be like, hey, this works for me. This is a livable wage, but it's also fair enough for my clients, you know? Like for 3D, I can't justify charging more because I don't even know how to do toggles yet. So it's like, technically it would be like 500 euro work, but I don't even know how to do toggles and my 3D models aren't up to par yet. And pixel art is one of those things in which I would like to charge more, but there's this preconceived notion, more or less, an expectation that pixel art should cost less. So, while thankfully most of my returning clients are always awesome, super awesome people, which is like cough cough, the majority of people in the chat right now are probably like the best clients I've ever had. Yeah, unfortunately tax prices are a little bit too high after all, and maybe I would like to do it as such to have a part-time job and sometimes take like commissions when I don't have a convention or when I feel like expanding some of my skill sets and keeping my portfolio updated. And other times, like, not do commission work but still do part-time job, but also have conventions on the side. And if I'm too tired, then I can just do the job and rest while still getting paid, you know? Kind of like that kind of balance. Also, having a part-time job maybe might help me finally sit down and actually start working on my projects, because... So, I don't know who from the fandom is here right now. But yeah, so that one project that I wanted to start working on since I was in college, a fan visual novel. Like, I'm not even gonna beat around the bullshit. I'm talking about Crimson Threads, and yeah, the Freedom Planet fan visual novel. I've been wanting to work on it since forever. It's just that I never find the time to. Not because, not in a, oh, woe is me, commission and convention stuff and this and that is taking all my time away kind of way. But it's like, after work, I have to do the other things to keep me, like, afloat. You know? Like, I have to produce art so that the algorithm doesn't permanently delete me, you know what I mean? And that sucks, because technically I already schedule my commission work perfectly to be like a work schedule, you know? So at dinner time, it's my time, it's me time, you know? But then I always like, fuck, I have to produce artwork so that the Twitter algorithm and all other algorithms or even people just don't forget that I exist, you know? Did they want to do an anime style game? No, so this isn't a game studio. It's just a clothing brand who was looking for graphic designers. And I looked over their website and I was like, yeah, this looks like something I could do. And sent my application, and then they were like, yo, you stuck out. You are one of the few people who stuck out. And I'm like, what? What? What you... Me? Hi Yuppie, hi Redwood, how you doing? Good evening. Also, the light is... it's getting dark outside. I need to turn on the light. Day 5 Yardboard Catch Trimming Edition. Tomorrow is the last day, and I will then flex my whimsy with me art while game studios shun talent. While bleeding money with their formulaic approach, that people are starting to finally stop paying attention to their corporate muck. Oh my god! Yes, I think that poem is that is a text excerpt that is poetry. But yeah, like I said, I'm hoping that with the part-time job that I can facilitate things a bit. Technically, my main motivation for the part-time job, other than like having paid vacation, is I kind of want to have money to commission things from people. That's my main motivation. It's like, so why do you want this shop? I want to pay people to draw my pookies. That's the main motivation. I'm not gonna lie. The other is paid vacation, and yeah, to make things with the health insurance easier, as well as like be able to have paid vacation. That's it. That's it. And maybe to have something that's like calm to make. Like while I was working at a game studio, I think the chillest tasks I always had were making the marketing graphics, because it was literally just like copy paste PNGs together, throw some sparkles in, and that's it. And that's pretty chill work. Maybe it might not be the kind of work where people are like, damn, I'm not learning like the biggest thing ever, but it's like, I just need something to just do, like, just sit and do. Sometimes my creative brain is dead. Oh yes, Undertale music. Still my beloved. So, oh yeah, since we were talking about Gamescom, it might be possible that I'm going to Gamescom this year, but not like to booth or anything. Just like to visit for a single day. And this whole time I've been thinking, I'm hoping that Studio Nexon is there. Literally just in the biggest copium, hoping that they have Kazan merch there. And I wish I could have a Kazan plushie done in time and delivered to me, but I'm still trying to find and save up the funds to make it happen. Let me turn on the light. It's dark. Okay, it didn't take me this long to turn on the lights. I just went to the kitchen to see if there was something for me to gnaw at, to nibble. Sometimes not everything has to be a learning, productive experience. Sometimes something is just best to just vibe and let things just flow. A time and place for everything. Yeah, pretty much. Like, sometimes it's nice to have, like, work that doesn't, like, how do I say this? In which I don't have to think. Like, I just need to throw things together and call it a day. Like it's with these pixel bases right now, it's literally just me coloring and throwing things together. Not really thinking much creatively. Like I'm just balling. It's like, fuck it, we ball. And how many have I made since yesterday? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm almost getting to 11, 12 here. And all of this is basically for this whole Neo City sites I want to make. That I started working on. I just want to have a site where people can like click on these little chibis and it will take them to a page with a gallery, lore and everything. It's basically like, hello, welcome to the Library of Alexandria of my OC canon pairings. I'm probably not gonna make chibis of every single ship I have, because then I probably never leave this chair. Because the thing is, okay, maybe some people will cringe at the fact that I have that many OCs and that many pairings with canon characters of all things. But firstly, I've been doing this all my life. Secondly, this is kind of the effect that happens if you've been doing this since 10, 11 and have kept basically every single pairing I've ever written. I think I scrapped a few, but the majority I have kept. So that's why I say I have like the whole ass library of Alexandria when it comes to OCs and having them shipped with canon characters. I try not to make any new ones because I already have that many to juggle, but Well, everyone saw what happened when I started playing Kazan, right? Like, week 2, she hatched. This hacker right here, she hatched. She was right there. She was like, hi. And I already love her. I will, the things I would do for her. I basically took my Samsho girl and made her my type. So now I'm like, god damn, I can't scrap her anymore because she is too attractive for me too. My whole bee behind is quaking. Basically, my Kazan ship is basically my 2 types. My type of man and woman in one. So even though I do simp for Kazan personally, it's still like, oh my god, woman, a woman I can simp for too. Hi, welcome to Neurodivergence. Oh my god, Frey, that's even better. That's even better. Hello, welcome to my Neurodivergence. That's so true. So true though. The way I can hyperfixate over characters, like, and make an OC and hatch a whole ass backstory behind it. I think the one that I went most intense for, at like within 2 days or less, was a Haikyuu OC that I won't say she's scrapped, but she's not really a character I think about much anymore, mostly because I'm like, I don't want. It's like I say it to like this to people. I still like them, but I've also seen the light with Daisuga. So she's still there, but I'm not getting any much new ideas because I already wrote her entire lore within 2 days for every season I had seen up until that point, which was like season 1 until 3, literally all of it, like boom, bam. And I remember I was watching it with some FGC friends, right, because they got me into Haikyuu, and was like, hi, I made a Haikyuu OC and just dropped it in our friend server, like the whole doc, just dropped it there, like, hi, if you want to read it, here you go. But even though that's one of my crowning jewels in me going neurodivergent mode and hyperfixating mode, I think nothing can beat the Danganronpa girl that I've never even published properly. I mean, I've posted art of her before in the 2010s, but I almost never posted anything of the ship involving her, mostly because the fandom scared me. The AOA shipper scared me at the time, so I never published it. During the 7-year-long gap that this ship had me in a death grip, and I wasn't super I was super invested in them for 7 long years, and I never posted any art online because yeah, like I said, the yaoi fans scared me. Mostly because they were the type that for this particular fandom and the particular character I was writing the ship for, it was like, if you dared pair like anyone else other than the favorite pair, then it was like, oh, it was on site for you. And yeah, that one is probably one of the crowning jewels, because not only did they hold me in a death grip for 7 years, I never posted anything I've drawn, even though so many of the artworks I've drawn for this pairing in particular are some of my absolute bangers of bangers. Even to this day, when I look back and I'm like, man, technically I'm better at art now, but these pieces are still some of my all-time reigning favorites that I've ever drawn, because what kind of crack was I on? Do I even have any that I can like post? Because some of these are like, damn, I don't even feel like showing. Not because they're spicy or anything, but it's kind of like, I think I will give people the wrong idea. Either the wrong idea or it's like, I don't really want to show this. Everyone else's cringe is secondary. Embrace what makes you tick and work. Neither versions or otherwise, it because what makes you happy. I'm very late at responding to this particular comment, but yeah, basically what Ed said. Fuck cringe. We embrace it. Nowadays I do embrace it, even though I am a bit in a down phase, so I'm a little bit more affected by being nervous. Like, I'm a little bit worried if potentially the Kazan fandom might dislike what I do with their man. But I am not in a state where I would hide everything I do like I did with the Danganronpa pair. Nowadays I don't think I'd be that worried. But I think I'm fine with this particular pairing being more mine and under the wraps, you know, and just like a thing that I share with closer friends. Especially because I don't really feel the need to share, because I've already completed their story, more or less. Even if I kind of wanted to make it into a fanfiction project too. But I did more or less finish their story, even if I didn't like finish it in a fanfiction format. So it's like, I don't feel the need to share it because I'm happy with what I made with it. I say this, but just watch what will happen when my boyfriend starts playing Danganronpa. I fear of what might be unleashed. I fear of what might be unleashed, because if there's something I learned with the Shaman King remake, or me just seeing a single picture of the Samsho, of the new Samsho game, one picture is enough to drive me insane. So, throw me down in a rabbit hole of hyperfixation. So yeah, if my boyfriend starts playing Danganronpa, I fear of what might happen to me and my brain. So very sorry in advance if my account reverts to my 2010 self. So that's crowning jewel number 1, and I would say, in this kind of particular topic. However, the other number 1 crowning jewel, I've already talked about them, or at least the project involved, and that's these two hackers. These two hackers are my crowning jewel in OC and canon character writing, regardless if you read them as platonic or romantic, because, for context, for those who don't know, Dale basically has less than 2 seconds of screen time where he's not brainwashed in his debut game, and the rest of the time he's brainwashed. So it's technically not really him, although I read his brainwashing as him in his, like, amplifying his worst vices, because of how I like to read, because I feel like just, brainwashing to negate everything a character has ever done, and not see it as like a hint to how they can be like. Because it's a cop-out in many cases. Cough, cough, Danganronpa 3. But yeah, basically he only had 2 seconds of screen time, I suppose, in his debut game. And within these 7 years, I hatched up an entire over-ambitious visual novel project. And because I needed like a character dynamic to carry this idea, this AU idea, and none of the canon characters worked in a way that I preferred for the dynamic I was trying to go for. So I ended up bringing back my old scrapped Sonic OC that I never did really anything with because she didn't fit. And yeah, well, here we are now. Here we are now. 7 years later, the second game comes out, and I get a few breadcrumbs, and it's Jover. It's so Jover. It is Jover, and every day I can't write anything for this project. It's like I lose a quarter of my life. Oh, there's a full moon outside. How nice. Anyway. Honestly, yeah, better be authentic and cringe than hiding parts of yourself. I absolutely agree with this. Like, I only started feeling more like myself, ironically, was the time I published like Tessa, even though I was really scared of what a certain portion of the fandom would perceive. I was scared if they would hate her, and I would potentially get shit on for her. And I don't know, maybe not everyone likes her. Although I never heard like anyone complain about her that I remember. At least not to my face. She was so well received that yeah, it made me like start loosening up with showing like my kringe. Eventually, it was like a domino block that eventually led me to the person I am today, which is a bit bittersweet, I would say. A bit bittersweet in the sense of like that I haven't been able to start anything, any of my grander projects with her. But yeah, even like Spacey liked her so much. I say it in the past tense. She still likes her. Like it's a bit of a double-edged sword when you have an OC for a fandom who's so well received and well liked. Like the best part of it is I've met like most of my closest friends through her. Like for example Ed right here in our chat, our mod and fellow, I wouldn't have met without this character. And like I would say Tessa's biggest fans are all like are all the devs, which I didn't expect. The downside of it is that a lot of people like a certain portion of the fandom kind of treats her as like I don't know how to say it, like fandom property, like using art of her without permission, reposting art without credit and stuff like that. And it's like it's the unfortunate part of having an OC that's popular, right? So do be like that, I guess, even though I wish it wasn't like that. But it's not enough for me to be like, oh no, I'm scrapping this project, because you would have to see me in the grave first. Tosia Date Lover. Yeah, I remember. I think I did publish her, but I didn't like show much of what I didn't show like all that much with her and her relations with canon characters and whatnot, or like the fanfiction project. And then like and then some friends were like, oh my god, what are you talking about? Like just do it. Just do the thing that you want to do. You're overthinking things. And yeah, I do have a bad tendency of overthinking things. Hi Yuppie, hi, it's Ellie. How you doing? Sorry if I took a while to get back to you. I had my usual reads one comment, rambles for 5 minutes straight without looking at the chat, and then I'm like, wait a minute, I forgot to read the chat. But how you doing? Good evening. Welcome to this chill pixel art Tuesday. My mind was already teleported to Thursday. Sorry, even though I'm yapping and getting some energy back with the yapping, I am still a little bit scrambled eggs with my brain. Maybe despite finally getting me to watch Danganronpa 3, maybe play V3. So, okay. Danganronpa V3, I haven't played it, although I have gotten 2 spoilers for it. One which is pretty major, but I'm still curious of how it like unfolds. And I decided to wait until my boyfriend has actually played the other Danganronpa games, and we'll dive into V3 together. The only thing, one of the mysteries I want to solve with V3 is when and why has suddenly the entire Danganronpa fandom decided that Danganronpa is cringe and bad and the worst thing they've ever read and everything, like it's their embarrassing high school years. Like, yeah, for some it was. There were... Everybody had a bit of a cringe phase with Danganronpa. I did too. But, you know, it's no big deal, right? But some people are like bashing on it that it's the worst thing that ever happened, when back in the day they were like, oh, this is like the best thing I ever read. I'm crying in my bedroom. It's peak. And I started noticing this behavior after V3 came out. And I'm like, why? Why? What happened here? What happened? Am I missing something? What did V3 do that made everyone suddenly hate Danganronpa 1 and 2? I mean, not all of it is V3's fault. A good portion of its fault, of people suddenly having this animosity towards Danganronpa, is it's Danganronpa 3's fault, because oh lord, do they drop the ball. Did they drop the ball with this anime? It's one of those in which like Kodaka should have made a separate game or visual novel for the closing chapter of Danganronpa 3. Like, I didn't hate Danganronpa 3 like a lot of people do. I don't think it was well written either. And I felt robbed of what was promised to me with the advertisement of Danganronpa 3 Side Despair. But I got enough out of it that like my life was ruined. My life was ruined afterwards, because several episodes made me cry ugly. But mostly just because of a pre-established character that I really cared about. But yeah, part of the animosity towards Danganronpa 1, and 2 was brought simultaneously with V3 coming out and with Danganronpa 3's anime, and I'm like, what did V3 do to amplify this? What did I miss? Because people don't recognize nuances. Yeah, I would say that. It aged for sure, but not even that badly. Like, yeah, like Danganronpa has a lot of flaws, like even the games do. And it has things that certainly have not aged well. But it's not like abysmal. It's not like world-endingly bad. I would say Danganronpa 3's anime did age like fine ass. And I don't mean this in a positive sense. But come on, but like, come on, it's not like it completely invalidates the rest of Danganronpa. And if you hate the anime that much, listen, you can't just ignore it. I know I mean, okay, maybe you can't just ignore it because Danganronpa 3 seeks out to close everything. And I'm not saying people can't criticize it. Like, you can. You absolutely can. But this is where I just want to gently hold people's hands and be like, get into fanfiction writing. I promise it heals a lot of that pain, because I do that too. There's some stuff in Danganronpa 3 I really did not vibe with, so I just wrote it out in my version. I'm like, that's a cool idea, but I'm writing it out of my version. Bye. Like, I cannot sympathize with people a little bit, especially because I was super invested in Danganronpa at the time when the anime came out. But I think a better anecdote that I have would be with Higurashi Sotsu. Like, Higurashi Sotsu is hot garbage. I hate it. I despise it. I mean, okay, despise is a little bit intense, but I really don't like it. And the fact that it tries to overwrite an already perfect ending in Higurashi pisses me off further, but I just pretend it doesn't exist. I'm like, no, this is my Higurashi ending. I don't care. I don't care if people are like, no, but this is the canon ending now. I don't care. I don't like it. I feel like it sucks. And we already had the perfect ending. So that's the ending that I'm gonna take. Respectfully. If you like it, good for you, but I hated it. So for me, Go and Sotsu doesn't exist. For me, it's just fanfiction. Now, I have to read Meguri. Maybe Meguri does a better job at closing out the Go storyline. From what I read into it, it does seek to improve a lot of its faults, but I would still have to see if I prefer it over the already perfect ending of Higurashi. If people can ignore Dragon Ball GT, they can ignore ignore Danganronpa 3. Oh, mood, honestly. Oh Lord. I feel like after I just rambled about Danganronpa, almost all the air that I had in my lungs was just went like gone. Gonzos. But yeah, TLDR. Who cares about Kringe? Just do what you want. Do what makes you happy. Because all of us only get one rodeo on this hacking sphere. So another idea that I kind of want for this NeoCity site, other than like basically just to list all these OCs, you would think, why don't you just use your toy house for that? Which I do have, and I do use it from time to time. I want to have like a more personalized site, like a landing page that also like connects to everything else that I do. It wouldn't be like a portfolio site completely, because I already have a portfolio site more or less that works on mobile and everything, on card, and I don't need anything else for that. But it's like, I want to give that link to people on stream, and I want to design something fun with it, if it makes sense. Because like straw page, like I said before, it's cool, I like it, and I really like using it over card, as in at least for designs. But not being able to have a proper gallery is a little bit sad. I think maybe they are still thinking of implementing such a feature, but it's harder to make a gallery on a straw page than it is on like a dedicated site. Plus, coding is fun. I kind of want to get back into it. Plus, I also hope to like unify some of my scattered websites with the NeoCities as well. Like, I have a separate site for the Freedom Planet fanfiction thingy for Prison Threads, but I think it would be neat if I had that like in the same NeoCities site. It's less people having to click out of the website and back and forth, you know? It's a better web experience. I just simply decided, even if people hate it, they don't, they're just lazy, in my opinion, that a Tumblr is for me for gallery stuff. Yeah, absolutely, like Tumblr is a very good place to make a gallery in. I thought of maybe doing a Tumblr before, like a blog, for the whole thing that I'm intending to make here. But it's also one of those things, the NeoCity site is also meant to be like a blog for me to retreat into without any social media connection. Like no notifications, no having to look at any DMs or anything, or be active and see what's going on social media. Like just my fun little blog retreat, which I guess Tumblr can work for that too. But I have a bad tendency to check notifications, so NeoCities will be like, well, there's no notifications for me to check, so... And some of the themes that I really like, unfortunately, broke on Tumblr too, and I'm like, damn it! Heckty damn. But I would keep it in mind for a backup plan in case it doesn't work out with NeoCities. If NeoCities doesn't work for me, then I'll just use the Tumblr blog. Fuck it. It's the next best thing that I have. What music is this? The Waters Above from Sky. Never heard of this game before. For me, the only notification I start to care more about is the one I self-impose on my Excel spreadsheets. Hell yeah. I should start learning how to do something similar as well. Keep in the gear of things. But the other than my tendency to want to check notifications, I also have a bad tendency that when I'm not super in my best headspace, I tend to like doom scroll, and that's like bad. Not good. I had actually gotten good at stopping this for a good time, but I started finding myself rolling back into some bad habits that I used to have, and I'm like, stop! Yamero! Gonna take a step back from social media. Yametekura, stop. And that's what I thought when I started thinking, man, having like a new city site to just post art and leave, maybe someone will see it, and I also get to look at a pretty website. That would be neat, wouldn't it? So that's why I thought, you know what, might as well. And it's like, if someone wants to say something, like, they can say it on Straw Page too, but I have seen so many friends who have gotten like so much anonymous harassment on a Straw Page, to the point that even the devs started sending all non-follower gimmicks to the review team. It's wild. And it sucks that you don't have like the setting to be like, hey, only XY type of people can send it, and blocking does nothing apparently from what I hear. I haven't gotten any Anon hate on my Straw Page, thank fuck. Thank fuck, and I hope it stays that way. But a new cities block is basically like, yeah, well, you're in my zone, what you gonna do about it? What you gotta do about it? You can cry harder. I feel the whole need for the numbers game is very artificial and relies too much on convenience and the lack of something far more tangible and very much in your control, which is why for me it feels much easier to handle a Tumblr, but for Twitter, even on my peak Twitter days, I sleep. Yeah, the other thing that I find very tiring with Twitter is like, Twitter has been really upsetting me these past few months because I noticed a significant drop in engagement, and I'm like, what did I even do? What happened? I know people are not seeing me because the view count is like drastically lower than usual. It did quite a number on my self-esteem, because then you're like, shit, did I do something and people are pissed and I don't know? Or do people just not like what I do anymore? And it's a sucky feel. Like, I know a lot of artists say don't blame the algorithm for everything, but in this case it does feel like I'm being throttled for no reason, and it annoys me. It's been annoying me to no end, especially because I know people are interested in seeing my art. It's just that Twitter preemptively decided, oh, this isn't the same thing you usually do. Perish. Get out of the TL, and it's like, goddamn. What do people even hit? 3,000 followers and you won't even show like 2% of what I do. 2%. And that has been very negatively been affecting me these past few months. Even if it was little by little. I'm trying to not let it affect me. By taking steps back and realizing, hey, it just Muskrat doesn't know how to code for shit. It doesn't know how to read a website. But yeah, it does suck when you have that kind of thought behind your brain. but because in Twitter it also feels like when you do blow up, people don't. It always feels like when you blow up on Twitter, it's never like, it doesn't stay, is what I say. People never stay. Almost never. And like as soon as you start posting something different from what you originally blew up for, it's like, you're gone. You're done. That's how it felt like. So and if there is something that I absolutely despise, it's being like held down to one thing only. Like, I started writing this in my straw page, but I think I will start saying it on my bio and everything else. Like, just straight up don't follow me if you want me to stay just to one and only one particular fandom. Like, I'm not saying this to like shit on people, but it's like, if you want to follow me, then please do it because you sincerely like my art and not because you like the content I make, or at least you are open to other things I do. And I really don't like to be held to just one thing only. Like, I like to hyperfixate on things, but I don't like it to be my only thing forever and ever, you know? I like to hyperfixate over other things too. And even if the algorithm wants to punish me for it, I don't want to change the type of person that I am just to satisfy a machine. Pixel art is so beautiful. It reminds me of Nipponichi software games. Nipponichi software games? That's actually very high praise. I love this guy, and old Nipponichi games, so thank you so much. That's a very high compliment. I'm very flattered. Which, this reminds me, I used to have a Disgaea OC, because I really like Disgaea 4. But they are a character I have scrapped into the Disgaea sense, but would bring back for an original project kind of thing. And I didn't pair them with anyone, by the way, because they were the same age as the younger characters. But I like their design regardless, so I was like, hey, I'm gonna keep this design in the back burner for when I make an original story with a character like this. Oh my god, I love Disgaea 4 so much. Yeah, Disgaea 4 is my favorite Disgaea. Like, oh my god. My boyfriend started playing it, but because we've been away for so many weeks on so many different events, he hasn't really had the time to actually properly play it. So there's always these very long gaps in between, so I'm thinking of like playing other things before we actually sit down and have a bigger project game like that again. It was very hard though. Really, I actually thought Disgaea 4 was I wouldn't say the easiest, but it was made it significantly easier than earlier Disgaeas. I mean, it depends on the version you were playing and on what difficulty. And maybe I just say this out of bias, because by the time I played Disgaea 4, I was very well versed with other Disgaea games and their learning curves, and knew how to level up the character super fast and what to capitalize on immediately. But Disgaea Plus does make things a bit easier. Like the vanilla version was definitely harder. And maybe it's my bias because I've replayed Disgaea 4 like 5 times. 5 different times. New Game Plus and from scratch. Okay, it was my first one, I think, but it was very educated on other games. Okay, then it makes sense. If this Disgaea was your first, like, I think everyone's first Disgaea, regardless of what which one it is hard, because unless you understand how the game ticks, then you're gonna struggle at first. But as soon as you get in the groove of Disgaea, then it's very, very easy. And the thing with Disgaea 4 that I really enjoyed, and I think makes it a good beginner Disgaea, is if you are playing the current versions and not the PS3 vanilla version, this is extremely important. You have the cheat menu, and the cheat menu, in spite of its name, is actually not that. The cheat menu is basically, it streamlines one of the most annoying loops of Disgaea that you had before, which was like making your enemies stronger and weaker. Like previously in previous Disgaea games, you had to go back to the court to the whole board and everything. You had to vote and then hope that the board says yes to your thing, and it makes that whole loop of making your enemies weak and then stronger and then weaker again and then stronger again and blah 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 super annoying, especially if you try to get the triple EXP. Oh, Spacey! Spacey, welcome to the raid! Hi raiders, how you doing? Happy Deltarune Day! I hope you had a good time. I was hoping I'd be able to raid you today. I actually literally said on stream, Space is playing Deltarune, and since we're talking about Deltarune, maybe I'll have the luck to raid her later, but you beat me to it. So, how was Deltarune? Thank you for the raid, by the way. Welcome, everybody. So, let me take a sip. My voice is dying. My voice is dying. Wait. Yeah, hi everybody. I'm Yuppie. I am a wannabe magical girl, and I fixate on Pookies a lot. So even though I have a theme for my VTuber, my biggest focus is actually on the OCs that I make, on these little play dolls that I make. So I do retro game streams and I do art streams, like you see now. I am a self-made VTuber. So I made my own model, my graphics and everything myself. Yeah, and I also do random game streams on Thursday. Currently, my game project is Kazan, which I'm playing on every Thursday when I can. And my current retro game project is Mega Man X3. I got through around half of Chapter 3. Chapter 3 was sure a chapter. Oh, your pixel art is so good. Thank you so much, Spacey. Thank you. I'm working on a new base. But yeah, how are you liking Chapter 3 so far? How are you liking Tenna? Tenna is a fun fellow. I like him a lot. I would say I like Spamton just a bit more, but Tenna is also incredible. Tenna is so fun. He is! He is! Like, I could not believe when I saw him pop out on screen, and he's like the Donkey Kong country 3D pre-rendered sprites vibe, and I'm like, that's such a creative way to present him. I was not expecting that, and it works so well specifically for Tenna. Yeah, art style shift, oh my god, it was amazing. I was just telling the stream earlier, at the beginning of the stream, how I find Toby to be a masterclass in character design, especially in pixel art form. Especially because he like makes super simple character designs, but they are super memorable, and then comes in Tenna in 16-bit glory pre-rendered sprite quality, and he's still super memorable. Tenna is great, but nothing can beat Queen. Oh, Queen is an icon. She is the legend. She is the moment. she is the everything. I love her. Deltarune is peak Toby for sure. Absolutely. Like, I do remember Toby tweeting, I don't know when that was, but it was a few years ago, how Deltarune was a project that he had hatched even before Undertale, and that it's kinda his magnum opus, but not really. It's basically his dream project that he's finally getting to work on, and that it was more ambitious than Undertale. And you can kind of tell. You can kind of tell that this is exactly the thing that he said. So like his dream project, his magnum opus, as you would say. Conceived around 2011, I believe. I think so. Yeah, that would line up. I do remember him saying something about how he made Undertale as a shorter project to get into gear, but that Deltarune was the thing that he wanted to make since forever. I'm so glad he's able to pursue making his dream game. Yeah, for real! I'm always happy when people get to pursue their dream games that they are thinking of making. That just gives me like motivation by proxy to eventually finally sit down on my own projects, be it fanfiction projects or original projects. I haven't been able to start on any of them because I want to be financially stable first, but I was thinking about one of the projects today, and I literally was thinking about Crimson Threads today and yesterday, and I was like, God, I miss writing for this. I literally started writing one line of the script and then I didn't continue. That's classic me. I empathize with his hand pain issues as well, so I'm glad he has such a stellar team to help out with the development. Yeah, like, I don't struggle with those hand pains yet, but at least in the sense of game development, I do have hand problems when it comes to gaming and drawing in certain ways. Mostly 3D modeling, actually, because of the whole mouse clicking and all. And I'm really glad he managed to get a team of lovely artists, musicians, coders, and everything to help him. Like, nothing is more heartbreaking than wanting to work on something and not being able to, especially due to bodily injuries. It's like, body, please work with me. Please, stop being this way. Why are you being this way? Yamete Kura, stop. I wish you the best with your project as well. The world needs more of your art in it, regardless of form. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Makes me want to cry. I've been actually trying to pursue getting a little, you know, trying to rework my schedule a bit, because the other day I was thinking, man, my schedule was whole out of whack. Because I already planned my work days exactly like how I would plan a regular 9-to-5 work day. But then after dinner, instead of like actually working on my projects, I always end up like working on art, personal art, partially because I'm motivated to work on it. But on the other hand, it's because I'm worried what the dreaded social media algorithm will do to me if I don't post in a while. So I'm like, okay, I'm drawing this idea out now so that the algorithm doesn't send me to the shadow realm like Yami Yugi would. But Blue Sky kind of facilitates this a bit. Blue Sky is that kind of site where you don't have to worry about that. I think the other thing that also holds me back on writing is I have never written anything before of bigger caliber, so, but because I also have a very high standards for writing, I need to get through the block in my mind in which I'm like, this has to be perfect from A to B to Z. I just need to really sit down and just do it. Just do it. I can't always worry about it being good later. I watched like a video that also reinforces this idea a little bit. I used to, so a little bit of lore backstory from me. I used to be one of those fanime kids, you know, the people who used to use MS Paint and Movie Maker to make my own anime. So I never really finished any anime or start any, but I did start working on a manga. many years ago when I was a child. As well as a Naruto fanfiction, but that's beside the point. That Naruto fanfiction is actually my magnum opus. It's a catastrophe, but I love it. And yeah, back then I would just do things. I would just do it because I wanted to, without worrying if it was good or not. So I want to ask child me to give me that strength. I want that strength back to just do things and not worry about it being so perfect from A to Z to the point it holds me. This is something that I need to work on. Blue Sky just added personalized notifications too, which makes things a lot easier. Ayo! Ayo! I'm awake! I'm awake! Heck yeah, let's go! I should take a look at it. I haven't looked at Blue Sky in a while. One positive thing that I did in terms of development, even if it's not in terms of script writing or actually developing one of my fan projects, is I thought about the art direction, how I want to take it. And while it's nothing yet, in the sense of like, hey, there isn't something out in my script yet, but it's something. It's one step towards the whole cake. Oh heck, this reminds me. This reminds me. I don't know if my memory is failing me now or not, but I don't remember if I wished you a happy birthday yet, Spacey. If you're still there, happy late birthday. I don't remember if I tweeted happy birthday to you yet. I hope you had a wonderful birthday. Thank you, you're welcome. You're very welcome. It's all good either way. It's the thought that counts. Well, yeah. I'm happy that you have a good one. I hope it was fun and a bit anecdotal, but I also had to think of you because my boyfriend and I started watching Initial D. I mean, we started watching it like last month, but we finished like the movie and some of the OVAs last week. And every time I see some sick car drifting, I'm like, oh, Space, you probably can't drift like this. And speaking of Initial D, oh my lord, oh chat. This anime is absurd in other levels. Nice, the funny thing is I haven't even watched Initial D, I just really like Eurobeat music and driving. That's totally fair. I feel a similar way. I liked not Initial D, I liked Eurobeat music even before I started watching Initial D. But I just see sick car drifting and sick car skills, and my first thought is you. But yeah, to get back on topic on Initial D, the anime is so absurd in many levels, literally just because of how the main character learns how to drive. Takumi learning how to do the sickest drifts that even like the most professional racers can't figure out why he's so good. They're all like, oh my god, he must be a natural born genius. And it just turns out he's been delivering tofu for 6 years, and that's it. It's so funny when you just think about all the racers who lose against Takumi and are like, how does he do it? Where did he learn to drive like this? And then you just look at Takumi and he's like, oh, he's delivering tofu for this evening. What a fun anime. Honestly, if anyone wants to have a good time, I do recommend Initial D anime. It has some charming PS1 era CGI as well, and good music. This is technically a spoiler for Initial D, but it's a super old, so I suppose I will say it anyway. But I lost it at the last episodes of Second Stage, because the final arc for the final enemy that Takumi had to race was a guy who also had an 8-6 like him. What was it, an 8-6 Trueno? Yeah, both have a Trueno. And at first he's like, oh, we're gonna be besties. Us 8-6 drivers have to stick with one another. Then he looks at Takumi's engine and all of a sudden he becomes like his biggest hater. Like, how dare you mock me? How dare you mock me? Are you joshing me? Am I not enough for you? And I'm like, oh my god, dude, chill. It's from 0 to 100. And and then while I was watching that episode with my boyfriend, I literally turned to him and asked him, so is this how Marvel 3 players would feel if someone came up to them and said, oh, so I play this team and I think it's trash, and then you showed them and it's Zero May Cry, and like, are you kidding me? You play literally the best team in the game. Am I not enough for you? Are you joshing me? Do you not take me seriously as a Marvel 3 player? How dare you? And he's like, actually, that's very accurate. That's exactly how all of us would act. I love that Stardew song. It's probably one of the songs that played before in the playlist, huh? I haven't actually played Stardew Valley yet. And I have just this chill, cozy game soundtrack playlist on shuffle. But from what I hear so far, Stardew Valley music is pretty chill. The one other moment I lost my head in Initial D was when my favorite Eurobeat song actually played in an episode. Seeing some of the songs in context makes it even better. Like, running in the 90s, I've only known it from internet memes and YouTube funny videos and such. But seeing it in context makes it even funnier, especially when the drivers are sweating their asses off trying to defeat Takumi in a race, and Takumi is just like the chillest poker face on earth. He's sitting on the car while you see this very green screened background, probably rendered in a PS1 like engine, while running in the 90s is blaring in the background. It's just, it's art. It's just art. You won't find art like this anywhere else. And yeah, Night of Fire is my favorite Eurobeat song. Partially because it's one of the songs that I love jamming to on Taiko no Tatsujin on arcade. It happens on one of the more just okay races, but Night of Fire bangs, so I was jamming it to it. Deja Vu in context is so... I'm not sure if I would say it's funny. It is, in a way, but at the same time you think, oh, that's where they use Deja Vu? Here? I was expecting a bit more. But it was still funny, seeing it in context. Nakazado's theme is also pretty funny. It's basically the Nosferatu Dracula theme, but in Eurobeat. And you just think, what? I would say my favorite episodes in Initial D thus far were definitely the OVA episodes with Mako and her friend. Oh, what was her name again? Was it Satomi? Let me check. Mako, Sato... Sato, Sayuki, that's her name. Okay, yeah, the girls, Mako and Sayuki, they're amazing. I love them. They're easily my favorite part of Initial D, and I love that the OVA episodes were focused on them. Honestly, they are the best. Takumi is a very fun character too. Especially when you consider the Tofu backstory. And he does have some character development later on, so he's not just the tofu delivery guy that happens to be godlike at driving. But Mako and Sayuki is immediately where I'm at, because I like me some women, basically. Oh god, when we turned up the episode for the OVA episodes, right? I was like, hell yeah, women! I love women! That's what I said when we started up the episode, and they didn't disappoint. Oh, I forgot to turn on the symmetry tool back again. What song is this? Oh, it's from Hollow Knight. I haven't played Hollow Knight yet, but I should at some point. It's been a bit too long I haven't touched it. I mean, haven't touched it. I never touched it, actually. But I've been recommended it like so long ago. But I never started playing it yet. But I've heard this song before. That's what's interesting to me. I just don't know where exactly. Probably in other video game compilation OSTs or in other people's videos. And this? So I don't know when I'll get the chance to... I don't even know if Initial D arcade machines are still distributed nowadays in Japan. My boyfriend and I are flying to Japan later this year in November. And and I used to like to play on the initial VOD arcade machine at the arcade that was close to my home, that unfortunately closed. I wonder if they still have initial D on the Japanese arcades. Because now that I actually watched initial D and seem to understand, in theory, how a drift works, I kind of want to see if I can pull one off in the game. I probably won't, but we can always try, right? You won't know until you try. Oh gosh. Yeah, Shamaru has way too much detail. I haven't even started working on his body yet, and I'm already like, oh god, no. And that's because I already have decided to work on his simpler design. So, I was talking earlier on stream how I think if you want to start doing pixel art, or if you want to do a character design, it's always good to try to see if you can draw your character in a simplified manner. For example, in a Deltarune sprite way, like in an 8-bit style. If you can get your character down to that level of color or even less, and make it very recognizable, that's your hand, that's your cue that you made a very good character design. Because some designs just don't work in small format, and yeah, Shamaru's design is one of those where I always struggle to draw, be it in a regular form or in chibi form, and god forbid in pixel art style. Like, there are official Samsho keychains where you do see Yasha with his normal attire, like his samurai armor, his Tengu mask and everything. I still wonder how they managed to even get him down to that kind of level. Like, it was just plain, it was flat colored pixel art with no anti-aliasing or anything, and you're like, how did I pull that off with this design? How? I like it a lot, it's just overly detailed. Like, SNK, please. I mean, don't expect anything less from SNK, because SNK sprite work is some of the best on the market. I would say SNK is probably one of the very few studios I know that has done sprite work in a detailed way, but not too over detailed, that actually works. Like, SNK loves to use several colors for their characters, and they managed to strike a balance of adding so much color but not making it overly colored at the same time, if you understand what I mean. That makes sense. And I'm not even talking about the KOF 13 sprites, because those have a very interesting backstory behind them. And the interesting backstory is, like, the way that they were made was very, very, very complex. So complex that it took them like a year to make one sprite, one character, sorry, not just one sprite, for KOF 13. So I won't even get into that one because it's still something that I want to learn, but let me pull up a different KOF sprite for that matter. KOF, I think KOF 98 is a good example. Hold on. I want to take a character who has a bit more detail to them. They're still relatively simple character designs, like SNK still works on the whole simple is best mindset when they do their characters, but they do have a lot of color for their characters. And by color, I mean like a lot of layers of coloring to shade. Well, I guess Rugal has a metal arm, doesn't he? Yeah, I guess Rugal could be one I could pull up. So Omega Rugal. No, I want to see the sprite. Where are you? Omega Rugal? Where are the sprites when I need them? Sprite. Is this the actual thing? I want to pull up a sprite that's actually legit. There we go. Spriter's resource, my homie. That's KOF94. That's not what I was looking for. There we go. There's Omega Rugal. Although I do prefer his 98 sprite more, so King of Fighters 98 UMFA. Go. Here we go. I got him. So, this is what I mean with SNK throwing in a lot of detail for their character designs. I mean, not detail, but a lot of detail in their shading. Like, you see this, right? Look at how many colors they use for just one man. I mean, they could, because the Neo Geo could use a lot more colors. But look at that! Look at that! With how much detail they managed to bring in with just the shading. Rugal's design is still simple. Like, it's still simple enough that you can make this in 8-bit in the Neo Geo Pocket. But look at the amount. Like, it's crazy. Oh, honey! Honey, hi! How's everyone doing? Wow, I'm zooming in on Omega Rugal while everyone raids in. Such a timing. Hi guys, welcome to my stream. Have you looked at Omega Rugal yet? How's everyone doing? How you doing, honey? What were you doing? What were you doing? Are you doing well? Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, welcome. Also, yeah, so I'm, quick introduction, I'm a wannabe magical girl who, misuses her power and her time to hyperfixate over pookies that I make. I make a lot of OCs, and I shove those OCs with characters that I like together a lot. Also, I play retro games. Currently, I'm playing Mega Man X3, and my not retro game that I'm currently playing through is Kazan on Thursday. And otherwise, I also do art streams, like right now. I did not make this Omega Rugal, by the way. I'm just showcasing a sprite for context. I'm sorry I got hit with ads, hello, hi. I'm sorry you got hit with ads, and now you're being hit by Omega Rugal abs. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I literally pulled up Omega Rugal right now because I was trying to show chat an example of a sprite, of like SNK sprite work, because I think SNK is one of the only studios I know that puts a lot of colors and detail in their sprites, and Omega Rugal was the first one I thought about. But yeah, basically, if you want to make super detailed sprites for everyone in the chat, you can always look at SNK games. They do a fantastic job with a lot of sprite work. Also, look at these folds, like what the heck? Like, goals for real. Goals. I want to shake pens like this too. Okay, back to my own art though. I mean, he's cool looking. He is. Omega Rugal really is cool looking. Like, I'm not an Omega Rugal simp, but he's good looking. A I really like the KOF 13 sprite style. KOF 13 sprite style is so good. I was literally just before telling people how complex the sprites in 13 are, especially because SNK did a very specific kind of not workload, what's it called? Workflow, that's the word. For them, so much so it almost bankrupted them, but they pulled through, and I respect that. Oh, yeah, also, by the way.
Let me give you a shout out. Up. Shout out. Yes.
There we go. Big shout outs to you. So for anyone else who's here in the stream who's not from Honey's Raid, Honey is super awesome VTuber as well. You should check her out as well. She's also an incredible artist. No, you're incredible. No, you're incredible. You're also Honey's also Dante, Devil May Cry's wife. Totally canon. I saw it with my own eyes. Oh wait, let me plug in the iPhone. Starting to run out of battery. Whoops. I let something fall in the back. But alright, that's no big deal, so I can just continue. It's almost like 11 PM, but I'm determined to finish this sprite before I go to sleep. I'm making a bunch of mini chibi sprites because I got the idea of like, hey, what if I made a NeoCities site where I list all my Pookies and my the little ships that run around in my brain. Lock in, hell yeah, I'm locking the heck in. I've been tempted to do more pixel art again. Oh my god, yes, please. Please, God. I remember some of the pixel art you've made before, like the practice. And it was so cute. The practice veggies and fruits. And yeah, if you need any help with it, like any like resources or tutorials or whatnot, or like tools, feel free to ask me at any time. Like I don't mind sharing. Sniffles, thank you, you're welcome. I love helping people who want to get into pixel art. So I've accumulated a bit of resources for that front. Although most of the time the resources are like, okay, here's like a bunch of obscure games I know of, like XY licensed anime game that never got localized. Maybe this will be a good reference. That's just a hyperbolic example, but yeah, biggest resources that I tend to pass around tend to be Sprite plugins and some tutorials. And the Spriters resource, the GOAT, the homie. There was a website that I used to use every now and then to make a color palette, but I kinda lost it. It was a very old website that I remember some Japanese pixel artists passing around, where you could basically pixelify artwork to 16-bit and 8-bit. This was before the whole AI stuff, so it was a safe site to use. I tended to use it to try to narrow down my color palettes, so it usually helped, but I need to see if I can find the site again. if it still exists. But I do think that Sprite might have a plugin like that though. Should take a search. So far it's been me staring at sprites I like and trying to understand it. LMAO. That's actually the best way to learn pixel art. Like where's an example? I think some of my oldest sprite work, sorry, some of my first PNG tuber attempts were very much inspired by PC98 sprites. Let me see if I can find the working file where I have a sprite from a PC98 like side by side with my art. Where is it? It should be my original file, projects files. Yeah. I found the sprite, but I want to see the working file. Ah, there it is. It's the merged work in progress file, but basically I just took a sprite from Uno, from PC98, and I don't remember what this game was, but in the PC98 bot I found some screenshots. Literally just took the sprite side by side, and then I just color picked and used my own. I color shifted some of the colors, but it's literally, some of the colors here are literally also the same as here. So basically, I encourage the practice of looking at the sprite you like and then just taking the same color palette and experimenting with it. This is really pretty though. Thank you! I really like that sprite. I'm not sure when I'll actually start working on the project with said character that was featured in that artwork. My baby girl Misha, she's an original OC for a project that I thought about. And I had actually considered doing it in a PC98 style. Whenever I actually get to sit down on it, I hope that idea still sticks. I would like to play some of the PC98 games before I 100% decide if I want to make it in a PC98 style. Because looking at the graphics is something that does help a lot, but I would like to see how PC98 games do their image transitions and how it flows. And it's really hard to find gameplay from PC98 games. I would like to play some myself, but the majority isn't translated. Uno is, but I haven't figured out how to emulate PC98 games yet. I kind of want to start with Pia Carrot actually. Pia Carrot is super cute. Yeah, my faves are some from some GA games that use more anti-aliasing, and I think I finally kind of understand how it works. Oh, anti-aliasing took forever for me to understand. I think it took me like from 11 years old until I was 20 something to understand what it actually was. It's some of the hardest things to understand. So I'm really glad we managed to understand what it is, because it's one of those things when people ask, I'm like, oh shit, I don't know how to explain. But essentially, it's just softening the line art and the pixels more or less. At least that's how I understood it, but I think what finally took me to understand was literally Ed just showing me. He was literally just trying to explain it to me, like, here. And I was like, oh, that's what it is? I feel like I kind of get it. It's softening the lines. Yeah, pretty much. That's what it is. Before I was like, I can't figure out what this is supposed to be. And I don't remember who told me, but I think it was Ed was definitely one of the people that helped me understand some stuff. But the other, I think, was I actually read the book from one of the pixel artists It's like the magnum, not the magnum opus, but like, how do you say it? The Bible, the pixel art Bible, I would say, for pixel artists. Pixel art, Pixel Logic, that's it. Thank you, Ed. Yeah, Pixel Logic is basically the Bible that any pixel artist that I can recommend. It taught me a lot, like a lot, and I think I don't even know how much it costs nowadays. Does it still exist? I'm not sure if it's like an art book that's still accessible. Let me check. Okay, yeah, it still exists, thankfully. But if anyone can afford it, that's like the holy Bible of pixel art. Thank you for the link, Ed. Thank you very much. So that's basically the art book that I read on pixel art. It's really good. I still have the tab with Omega Rugal open. Rugal, go away. Es prohibido jugar con Rugal. Might get it next week, TBH. Yeah, it's definitely like, what, like $10, so it is on the more accessible side. But I do know of some free tutorials lying around in the internet. I think I made like a Google Doc one day for a friend who asked me. I need to find that Google Doc again with the links. So far I've been running off YouTube tutorials and random articles. Yeah, like YouTube has a lot of very good pixel art tutorials. When I first bought Pixel Logic, there weren't many good tutorials around for free. But nowadays, a lot of YouTube tutorials are very good too. There's two videos that I can actually recommend for those who want to do very particular pixel art styles, and that's there's someone who made a video on how exactly to make pre-rendered 3D sprites like from Donkey Kong Country. And the other was oh god, what was the name of that YouTuber? Both I don't remember right now, but the other one was how to make Ace Attorney like sprites, which is one of those pixel art styles that I never figured out how to make. I had found a tutorial from someone, but I still couldn't pull it off 100%. It was really difficult to figure it out. But the person who made that one extensive video, how to exactly make an Ace Attorney like sprite, is probably the most complete tutorial I've seen and probably the best one. That one is so difficult. I hope someone makes a tutorial on how to make a KOF 13 sprite someday, because the KOF 13 sprites actually use shaders. And like by shaders, I mean those whole VFX 3D like shaders. And I'm not sure if SNK posted like a whole GDQ talk about it. No, not GDQ. What's the name? What's the name of those gaming presentations? Gaming talk? The same TED talk where the people who made the ArcSys Guilty Gear shader also talked about how they made their shader. If you manage to find these turtles, can you send them? Yeah. Wait. Let me fetch them and I'll post them in the chat. Donkey Kong Country. There it is. There's one. So the first one that I mentioned about Donkey Kong kind of sprites is from Space Peak 22. Sprites by Space Peak. I'll post them in the server later on the resources channel or in the videos channel. But for now, I'm gonna post them right here in the chat. And then his journey sprites. The Ace Attorney one might be a little bit more difficult to find because it's an older video. But I think I got it like saved in my playlist somewhere. Oh, there it is. I got it. And Ace Attorney by Lord Luck. There we go. I'll post them later in the server. But for anyone who's in the chat right now, if you want to know how to make pixel art sprites like in Ace Attorney style or in the Donkey Kong Country style, these two videos are very good. But spoiler for the Donkey Kong Country one, given that it's a 3D pre-rendered sprite, obviously you need to make it in 3D first. But they do actually say it's possible to do it with photos too, like they do in Mortal Kombat, so you can either do it via 3D renders or via photo renders. Yuppie, we should make a forum channel for these resources. Yeah, true. True, to organize the resources a bit better. I think tomorrow I'll sit down on it. Okay. 11 PM, I still have so much to get on the Yashabaru front done. Oh my lord. Why is he so overly detailed? For pixel art. Oh lord. Dear SNK. Why? I fear that they bring out the trailer or the teaser for the upcoming Samsho game. I will probably lose it to a considerable amount. How am I gonna pixel art these colors? Yeah, and like Yasha has so many colors to consider. Oh god. Wait. I might have to pull up a reference for me. Chat won't see it because it's a Clip Studio Paint file. I'll have it on the side in a bit. Wait. Choto a minute, as they say. Choto a minute. Where are you? Where's my plush design file? DJ Maximum Slayer, thank you for the welcome. Sorry, thank you for the follow. Welcome, and enjoy your stay in the chaotic zone. Where is it? Where is my plush design file? Where? In the head? Is it this? This is what I get for not naming my file. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I was so sure I had it somewhere. It has to be this. It can only be this file. Dear me, please name your files. I swear. I usually name my files. The problem is when the files are made in my tablet, I tend not to name them. Okay, I'm gonna have to use a different ref for my boy. And before I'm gonna spend the whole stream like, where is my plushy ref? Where did he go? But I did make this, so I'm gonna use this. Go. Pull this up over on the side. It's a little bit more warm and pastel-y toned in this pic, but it will have to work for this. Okay, so the jacket first. I tend to normally line art my stuff and not block things out like this, like how I am right now. But Yashabaru is so overly detailed that I just have to paint things out. I mean, overly detailed in a pixel art sense, I would say. I hold you to that, you know. Personally, when you're starting with pixel art, I would highly suggest limiting to about 4 colors. So something like the 8-bit consoles, so you can get the hang of the basics. You can always reassign colors down the line later once you're satisfied with the results in their 4-color form. Yeah, basically exactly what Ed said. If you want to do more colors, you can also do that. I would say try working with smaller sprites first. Nothing too big. Because with big canvases, you're probably going to get a bit lost on the anti-aliasing. And a bit on the details. While with a smaller sprite, like say, for example, from Pokemon, I think Pokemon is also a very good style to get into pixel art, because while they might have more colors depending on which version you go into, they tend to not use too many colors because of how small they are. They also don't use that much anti-aliasing, so it's a little bit, it's not a little God, English. English out the window, English no more, English over. Yes, I was saying, Pokemon is a good, like, reference point to start with, as well, other than, say, games like Deltarune and Undertale. Precisely because even though you have more colors to your disposal, you still need to be careful how you place the colors because of the tiny sprites. And when I say Pokemon sprites, I specifically mean things like the overworld sprites or the trainer versus sprites, like not yours, but the opponent's. Also, name your layer folder files Yuppie. No. Not now. Yeah, my friend started pixel art because of the Pokemon sprites, but like Gen 1 sprites. Yeah, those are also a good point to start with. my tongue is constantly getting twisted. I'm so sorry. It's just because I'm starting to get eepy. My tongue starts getting twisty. But yeah, it's a good point to start with pixel art too, especially because of it's now lesser colors and even smaller sprites. The Gen 1 Pokemon sprites, I would say they are a good practice, but also kind of challenging because some Pokemons in super small size, the back turn, the sprites especially, are a little bit more difficult to guess what's going on. Like, what was a Pokemon that I literally never understood what his design, like their design was before I saw it in full? Was it Kangaskhan or was it Charizard? Or was it Blastoise? It's been a while. It's been a hot minute. Maybe when I start playing Pokemon for Retro Tuesday, I'll figure out which back-turn Pokemon sprites. I'm like, what's going on here? I don't get it. But for Overworld sprites, I think the first-gen Pokemons are really good. "16 by 16 is a good starting point for the very first few sprites. 32 by 32 if you want to practice for a bigger sprite. I picked an inspo that is a bit complicated, I fear." I think that's okay as well. Like, even though I do recommend like simpler sprites to start with, if you want to start with something more complex, you can also do that. Like, the most important thing, despite of the suggestions, is just have fun. No! Bring her back. No! Stop! Like, I only want to blend in one color. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. What color am I gonna give to this part though? And the main body, because the gray doesn't fit. It's too light. This makes it all samey. And I'll just make an exception for my palette. Yeah, I really fell in love with the pixel art because of Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga and The Legend of Zelda Minish Cap. Oh, those are very good games with very good pixel art. Oh, heck yeah, good taste! Good taste! They might be a bit challenging to get into pixel art, but if you enjoy it, it's always good. One good starting point is an apple. Yeah, I mean, I guess it is, but I'm also gonna be real. I've never made an apple. I've never made the pixel art apple or the veggies. I was the type that, even though it's so funny, I'm giving all these recommendations for how to start off with pixel art, but my starting off with pixel art was painting on trying to paint the super detailed pixel art dolls from the dolls.com.br, like the Brazilian doll site. That and me trying to make Sonic sprites. I don't even know what was my first pixel art made from scratch. It's been a long time. But I think one of my first resprites was for Mega Man. Like a super old OC that I had. I tried to make a sprite of her. And the Mega Man ZX and Zero Sprite styles are not really simple. But I went to it anyway, so it's like, I'm giving you all these recommendations, but at the same time, I personally didn't follow them either. I was just like, heck it, people. I wanna make fake sprites for my OCs. No, not the To the Moon again. I'm going to start crying. No. To the Moon OST, my beloved. It's so good. Oh my god. I haven't played Finding Paradise yet. I just literally said so on the stream before, but every time I hear To the Moon music, I'm like, I need to play Finding Paradise, but I'm scared. I'm scared. I cried so ugly when firstly I watched a playthrough from To the Moon, but later I played it myself and it still got me. It still got me. I do love painting fruits. Painting fruits is unironically, even though I didn't do it as an exercise, it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun doing like super mini inventory sprites, even though I only did those like in my old job. Okay, I think I almost have Yashamaru done. And then I have all my pixel babs ready for the night. Okay, I thought I made one of them taller on accident. I think I did. So, gonna give a bit more leg to the boy. Oh, this music is all super calming music, right? So I'm like, I'm close to falling asleep. I mean, it's almost bedtime, so that's why. Why does my tablet keep blending out both? Stop. Like, Yash, I get it. You want to be with your girl, but you gotta get finished. Your makeup is not done, honey. Your makeup is not done, my dear. Also, I just realized I forgot the Tengu like eye markings. I need to include that too. That's like super vital. Oh no, wait. I need to turn off the symmetry tool. There we go. I got my LED. My lab is done. I'm going to see if I can include the yellow part of this uniform. Oh, is this? I was almost scared that this was To the Moon. Okay, no, it just looks like a brighter sash, so I'm gonna have to make a line that goes through. There we go. That's better. Okay, I finished all my little pixel art babies for tonight. Yeah, Yeah, I have a version with a mask, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna do this in pixel art form. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Even though I did these off stream, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11 and a half, 12. I have 12. I'm gonna compile them all in a sheet. What's the size of this little thing? Sprite size 160. Technically I could get them all in one string in a frame, like frame by frame, and then export them as a sprite sheet, but I don't wanna. I don't wanna. We're gonna do things manually. 160. Let's see if I put like... That's 2. No, not... Sorry, 12 divided by 2. That's 6. So yeah, I have 6 pairs. Divided by 2. That's like... Okay, then I'll do like 3 pairs. So let's see. 160... times 2. I'm calculating off stream, so hold on a minute, everybody. 616 times 2. So for each pair, that's 320 pixels. About for 3 pairs, and that's 320 times 3, 960. Okay, 960. Won't need that much height, so 160 times 2 was 320, so let's do 320. Wait, no, not on the same canvas, on a different canvas. What number did I have again? History, 960. Okay, 960 by 320. I want to turn off my screen now so I have more room to type for the prints and everything. So let me a minute. So long the stream deck doesn't die on me. There we go. All right. Time to put everything in one canvas. BG. New. Okay. I discovered this literally today, that you can literally copy paste the whole folder into Sprite. So literally you just hit the folder, you hit Control-C and then Control-V on the other canvas, and you have like the entire group in one. I didn't know this before. I literally discovered this on a whim. What? Wait, no! I want to merge this down. Okay, there we go. Yeah, mine looks smaller. It's not meant to be smaller. But we ball. Okay, so I have one version of him without the coat and one with, so I'm gonna put them side by side for now. Make a new layer instead. And there he is. Because I want to see which version I'm going to take. Then when he... I want to have them all in a straight line, so I should do that too. So give me a minute for that guideline. In all caps, even though I didn't mean to. Alright. Question! My cat is yelling at me. She wants me to go to bed. I know it. When she does that, when she starts going meow meow at this time of the night. She's like, Mom, bed, now. I'll be right there, Stinky. Let me take... Yeah, I have to put them down further. Ooh. No, not like this. What? Right, okay. Let me huddle the partners a little bit closer to each other. There we go. Whee! Gonna put the main ones currently on the top row. Oh, this disturbed me a bit. Let me put the timeline on the bottom. There we go. Now it's easier to have the entire thing in one vision. Where's the Lofi? Oh, now she's in the camera. Kiki! Kiki, no! Yeah. Oh no! Oh no! Literally everyone else is taller than these two here. To be fair, the Yama P were the first ones I did for this little base that I had just shot out because I was bored. So it's for that reason that they're probably shorter than everyone else. Actually, I had to shrink you. I had to shrink myself. Because I was too tall previously. Oh, now my cat sat on my hand. Cat, I'm almost done. Inky, I'm almost done. I'll be in bed in a bit. I just want to finish compiling this to post this. Oh, Elena is one of those, I don't know where her feet are. I'm like, girl, where are your feet? Where are your feet at? Maybe Kazan will help in figuring out where her feet are. There we go, we have 3 pairs in one line. And huddle a bit closer. Whee! There we go. The top row is what's currently on my brain, and the bottom row is like... is bonus. Is ships that come into my mind every now and then, or have been in my mind since I was like 11. I don't know if I'm gonna post every single one of them in one. Oh, this one was scrapped. No, baby girl, why'd you lock? Come over. There we go. And Panda Pookie. There we go. Now we're all in one line. Oh my god, he's tall. Oh lord, he's tall. Here. Okay. Now I have everyone in one line to remove the guideline. I just want the entire folder. I wish I could just move the entire folder at once. Okay, flatten this. No, wait. Do I want the Yamai with or without the coat? That's the question. Where are you? Here. He looks funnier with the coat on, so he's gonna keep the coat. So, I have chibis. Sorry, I'm just saving the file so I don't lose it. Where are you? Why did my gallery get lost? Why did I get lost in my own folders? There we go. Compile chibis. Now I can flatten them. Do I have them all in 2 lines? I'm trying to see what would be better to post on social media in terms of like sizing. Because that's whack as it is. Canvas sizing is also super vital for your social media presentation. This size should be about fine, right? I just want to give this a little bit of a background. Actually, I think I'm gonna get one of my square backgrounds here. Where are they? There they are. This is actually inspired by Tokimeki Memorial, but simplified. Minimize it. And then put it here. I want to have them in this mask though, so yeah. Hi Stan, Lofi, I'm going soon. I am coming soon. Inverse. Oh, this looks very, very 2000s. I like it. It's like they're being presented like a souffle. I'll duplicate this because maybe I want to have this with a slight drop shadow effect. Let me see how it looks like. Wait. Can I select a layer? How do I do that again? I'm gonna have to do it like that. Okay, continuous, inverse. Can I do it like this? Hold on. I have a little trick to get all of this colored at once. Nope, I can't do it. I was hoping I could just fill it with one key. Probably there is one, but I forgot what it was, so do it like this instead, manually. They look so funny to me. Look at them. They're just a bunch of little critters. My critters. My babies. Color burn. Okay. Nah. It's not enough contrast for me. I want the contrast to be too overblown either, so... Is there a way I can have just give this a blue tint? Nope. Not like this. Ah, jeez. Okay, then instead of multiply, I'll just do some simple transparency instead. Vibrancy. No, wait, that's the wrong layer. There we go. Saturation. This is fine. And decrease the opacity. I just need to include my signature, or more or less just my link, and then I'm done. Then I've finished for today. No! Go back. Go back, please. Text. Landscapes round, 1500, 900 landscape. Okay. Square format or Twitter, I'm gonna look at blue skies. Blue skies are similar, turns out, but common aspect ratios are 1, 1, 4, 5, and 16 by 9. So technically, a bit more height, I guess. Make it 400 instead. There you go. Now my signature though. I need anti-aliasing. So. At UP star. Give it an outline. Oh, wait. I don't like that. Let me just blend out the background because then I can see my font. Oh, it's too big. 10 is too small. 9? 8? Yeah, 8 works. There we go. If there's something I really don't like when it happens is when I pick a font and then I give it an outline and it's like, oh. It's not the same thickness, you know? It's not like a bad thing or anything, I just personally don't like it. I like to keep my line thickness consistent with the... either the inside of the text needs to be thicker, but if it's like a pixel font like this, I don't like it when it happens. I like it when it's like super monotonous and unified. No! What are you doing? Here. I don't know where else to put my signature. Am I just gonna put it like a pattern? One side and the other. Not sure if I'm gonna post it tonight or just tomorrow. I think I'll post it tomorrow when I sleep and I have a fresh set of eyes to look at this. But okay, that'll wrap up for today. So let me just... oh, I don't have shoes on yet. Give me a second. Just want to switch. No, not pixel over. Turn that off. Turn that off. Not pixel over. Go away. We're not animating anything. We're not animating anything. Be gone. Just chatting. Open. There we go. Okay, now I can swap. Pinky, what you doing? Okay. Huh? Right, okay, that was a good art stream. Oh, the chat broke. The chat still broke. Oh, that's funny. It's still broken. Even though it's the same link. But alright, I'm going to wrap up super quick anyway because I'm sleepy as heck and I need to get some zzz. I need to get some zzz. But yeah, I think I'm gonna resume to regular scheduling with the streaming. So this Thursday we're gonna be doing more Kazan, finally. Next week, more Mega Man X3 on Tuesday. Then God knows what. I don't know what. But yeah, next Thursday Kazan. This coming one. Next week Mega Man X3. We'll see how far we'll get. And then I'll see what, probably another Kazan stream. The only day I'll say I won't stream at all is on the 24th. Because I have convention stuff. But alright, let me see what we can raid. Then we can wrap up for tonight. Anyone I'm still following who's online? Normally the majority of people I follow are... Fitting for pixel art stuff. Kelly Megan, I think, is streaming some Sonic. Let me see if I can raid them. Okay, yeah, we can raid. Alright, so let's go raid Kelly McN. She is streaming some Sonic and some Amy Rose speedrunning. So you're going from one pixel arting to more pixel arting, but basically in-game. Thank you guys for coming. Have a good night, and I'll see you guys next this Thursday with some Kazam. Good night!